parents whose kids are suspected of drinking alcohol inside their home be charged with a crime? What if those parents didn't know the teens were drinking? Stanford professor Bill Burnett was arrested a few weeks ago. He and his wife, they were hosting a party for their son. He was a teenager, and his friends. Well, the couple bought the teens some chips and some soda pop, but say they had it clear no alcohol was allowed. But when police showed up, after an anonymous complaint, officers found some of those teens. They had snuck liquor into the home. Burnett says he was put in handcuffs, arrested, and charged with 44 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. He also claims he had no idea alcohol was being consumed, despite checking in on the party several times. ABC 15 now wants to know what you make of this story and Burnett's arrest. Joining me today, newspaper publisher Clovis Campbell Jr. and KFYI's Jim Sharp. Jim, I'll start with you. Is it the parents' responsibility here, even if they claim they don't know?
Well, I mean, if there's any evidence that the parents did know, and let's be honest, we all knew kids in school whose parents let them drink at home, and they'd host the parties, and they thought they were being safer. And of course, studies show that you have a higher incidence of alcoholism, you have a higher chance of being an alcoholic if the earlier you drink in life. But good luck finding what's in most teens' rooms to begin with. I mean, you can't patrol every inch of your house, and these other kids apparently brought it into the house, not even their own kids. So how can you be charged for somebody else's kids bringing it in the house?
Yeah. 44 counts of delinquency to a minor. I mean, you've got teenagers, Clovis.
I do.
Would you tolerate this?
You have to figure out what's the line when you can check kids over and see what they're doing. Again, we do parties for our kids all the time. I've got 2 teenagers. They know the law. They know that they can't bring liquor into the house, and I have some there, but they know not to touch it. The other thing is that I can't pat down every kid that comes into my house, and you know, with the clothes kids wear today, baggy pants,
that's another bus
you see. Yeah, and so, it's a tough call, and whoever called in the anonymous tip, maybe they had something out for them.
So you think it was maybe an inside thing, that maybe they wanted to get these parents in trouble?
You got millions of homes across the country with people inside drinking. They call on one person. You got to kind of think about what's going on there. There may be a little bit more to what we see.
Well, what about a parent, Jim? My kid is at your home enjoying a party. They get into an accident on the way home from a party at your house because they were drinking there. As a parent, I'm going to be angry at you because you didn't, I would feel, do your job.
Right. I mean, this is the weird thing, and I've got a teenager too. I've got a 16-year-old girl. This is the time in life when they're trying to start to become adults, and they have to be able to give them some responsibility. So you can't come in and check on them every 30 seconds. And like Clovis said, you can't pat them down. He's right with the clothes. You could fit like 2 fists in some of these pairs of pants.
Or the skinny jeans, and you can see everything.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. That kid's not bringing anything.
Yeah, right. So, I don't know where you draw the line on this, but that's crazy.
But is your 16-year-old daughter telling you, Daddy, stay out of my room, I don't want you being so nosy, or are you that nosy parent?
Oh, I'm a nosy parent.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm definitely a nosy parent. And half the time I'm nosy because I can smell that room. It's just it's teenagers. What is that about?
It's not the alcohol you're smelling.
No. In fact, I want to go pour alcohol in there. It's cleaning up a little bit.
Nosy parent or not so much?
I'm not as nosy, but my wife is definitely real nosy, so she's always on top of them. But you still have to give them some room. And if you don't do that, they're going to start pushing away from you. So I try to stay off and let her be the mean person, and I'm the good guy all the time.
All right, all you parents out there, here's what you guys are saying. Daniel Palmer writes, it is outrageous to think that we almost have to frisk these kids when they come into our home for a party. Am I supposed to continually walk around the party checking everyone's breath? Brandy Sanchez writes, it's a parent's responsibility to know what's going on under their roof. It is their home. Parents are in charge, not the kids or teens. Heather Baxter on Facebook, as parents, yes, you should be aware of the things going on in your home, but we all know the kids are sneaky and they want to drink. They will find a way. If they want to drink, they will find a way. And we've heard that before as well. Parents who said, I had no idea my child was using drugs, or I had no idea my child, would drink with friends.
And I think it really comes back to a trust level. You have to build a trust with your child. And actually, I was really encouraged about a year ago. My daughter came to me and she said she'd been at a friend's house, and she says, Dad, I got to tell you what they were doing there. I was like, oh, here it comes. They were smoking, which was bad. Don't get me wrong, that's bad enough. But I was glad that she took the time to tell me that, and I didn't hear something worse, at least.
Well, there you go, being a good daddy.
Well,
she feels
I don't know.
comfortable.
Well, not most of the time, but yeah, sometimes.
All right, he's still ahead.